when I got to Boston, the Jagannath deities were badly cracked. They were very large. And so Satsrupa asked me to write to Prabhupada and ask him what we should do about it. So I did, and he said they should be put in the sea and that new deities should be carved. And also I asked him at the time, Lord Jagannatha his clothes weren't being changed at night. So I wrote to Prabhupada and asked him if Lord Jagannatha could wear pajamas at night. And he wrote back and said, yes, that would be very nice. Earlier that morning in the temple, like I said, it was a very old house. It's not the temple that they now have in Boston. It was on North Beacon Street. And there was some hooks. There was the men's restroom was on one over here and the ladies over here, and there was a couple hooks on the wall in between. And Prabhupada was going into the men's room, and he noticed some japa beads hanging on one of these hooks. And he took those beads and he said, these beads are crying. They should never be here next to the stoolroom. They should always be around your neck or in a bead bag. But it was, when he said these beads are crying, I think it was a really important lesson about how sacred these beads really are. Satsrupa and Suhotra and I did a radio show once a week at it's either Northeastern or Northwestern University, whichever one's in Boston. It was quite a big radio station with a lot of people listening. And we would pick a story from Krishna book, and Satsrupa would write a little script, and then we would go to the station and do this dramatic thing that would be on the radio for an hour each week. And one time when Prabhupada was in New York, Satsrupa took him tapes of the last 3 or 4 shows that we had done. And Satsrupa was always Krishna, Suhotra was whatever demon was in that story, and I was Mother Jasoda. And so it was the story of Kaliya, Krishna subduing the Kaliya serpent. And when Mother Jasoda is seeing Krishna like wrapped in the coils of Kaliya, and she's just crying his name and just the utmost desperation. So I was just, really crying Krishna's name, and Srila Prabhupada said to Satsrupa, stop the tape. He said, who is that? And Satsrupa said, that's Sumati. And Prabhupada said, you tell her to always cry for Krishna like that. So that's my favorite the story that I try to keep in my heart, even though I don't cry for Krishna like that.